Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Since 2003, we've been connecting buyers and sellers, providing access to sold-out events at prices lower than most secondary market options. Whether it's sports, theater, or concerts, our massive nationwide network ensures you get the tickets you want, guaranteed. For the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. That's TICKETLIQUIDATOR.com. Ticket Liquidator.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about comic books, costumes, facts, boots, and other stuff.
In this week's issue, World's Finest Wednesday.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I am Zach.
Sorry, I didn't see you.
Joined, as always, by the Master of Illusion himself,
That's me.
Mr. Mike.
Watch this.
It's not the Master of Illusion, maybe the Master of Mistrust,
See
Mr.
this
Mike.
pen? This is good audio. You see this pen?
Yeah,
I can make it disappear.
and you're just going to have to assume that he did it if you're listening.
It's gone.
Yep. Now,
See,
you saw
out
it
of
happen
frame.
or you heard it happen. Also joining us
shit.
is someone who was malicious last week, but maybe who has lightened up a little bit in a week's time. Mr. Mason. Mason, you still feeling spicy?
Everyone and everything.
Still feeling spicy.
that's rough.
You got another
Except Mike and Zach.
you got another take to get into before we start this week's episode?
Me or him?
Mason, he
Mason,
had
what's
something
your
to say
take this week,
about
Mason?
Bullseye.
Give us a Mason take.
You know something?
What?
I think
That's cool.
that
I'm
in the
gonna go-
real
I'm
world,
gonna go for
we
a
would
walk. I'll be
benefit
right
from
back.
a Lex Luthor presidency.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Say that one more time.
I think in the real world, we would benefit from a Lex Luthor presidency.
Oh, we have one.
Well,
no, I think Lex would be
no, we don't, Mike.
objectively.
No, we don't, Mike. Objectively,
When Elon is in charge, we have
objectively,
one.
no.
Don't compare Elon
No.
to Lex Luthor. Don't disrespect
Here's
Lex
the
like
thing:
that.
he is a villain, and I will still stick up for him. And tell him that is a man who is of
You're gonna stick up for who?
Lex Luthor.
Oh.
that is a man of
But you're
serious
sticking up for
intellect.
Elon.
Mhm.
No, that is a man of serious intellect. You can kind of tell with other people who.
Well, I'm never gonna say that Elon's not smart. I think he
Granted,
is smart.
granted, if you pay attention to Smallville, there is some nepotism there, so that is
Sure.
connected. But
I think Elon is smart. Otherwise, he doesn't get where he's at.
no, that's the thing is I like to just think that what was I saying? That
Elon has a big one.
no, what?
He drags around with him.
What?
Straps it right to his leg. Is that what you're gonna say?
What are you?
I don't
No,
know.
I
I
don't
was
know.
insinuating that Elon has a large penis.
I know you were,
Zach,
but
that's all.
why?
I don't know.
Just for the hell of it?
Sure, whatever.
Okay, I just
You
I
were
don't-
having trouble finding words, so
I was
filled
having
that-
trouble finding words. I
I
don't
filled
think we
that
can.
pregnant pause with the word.
I don't
penis.
think that's fine. Is that what you usually do? That's connected. Oh man, this has gotten so off rails, even more than
Yeah,
the
I'm
last
sorry.
one. Oh man. All right, let's bring this back in.
It's rough.
I don't
when
know
Mason's the one
how.
that's not causing problems.
I know. I don't know how we got here. I hate that we got here. Let me try to wrangle us back into our
Elon
story for the day.
Musk.
No, Mike, we're stopping that right now.
Okay.
Today we have. I don't know how else to just bring us over into it, so I'm just going to add it in.
Can I give you a non sequitur fact real quick?
Sure.
Yes, you are 75 years old.
What do you think REM stands for?
Like
the
the
band.
band?
What do you think REM stands for?
I have no idea.
Robert Eggers, Montana.
No, but you would think rapid eye movement, right?
Or
That's
something,
what I
yeah.
always thought, right?
Oh, I thought it was just that dude's name.
It's read everything, memorize.
Man, it's so
But it's so
douchey.
weird, right?
What is that related in
I don't
relation to?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just pulled out of a hat.
Oh,
They were gonna call it bucket of piss at one time.
Seriously?
I swear to God. Yes.
Can you imagine? We're like, hey, can I really want to hear "Losing My Religion" by Bucket of Piss.
Bucket
if
of
you got
Piss,
it.
please.
It's a completely different
Well,
song.
and to bring it back on track, one of my favorite REM songs is Superman.
Oh, that is a solid. There you go. Okay, thank you for bringing it home. Now here we go. Let's get
I'll
into
show my way up.
let's get into Superman's girlfriend with a space, because she's just a girl who is his friend. Damn it.
Yeah.
We will not put that she is his
Girl.
girlfriend in these comics.
Friend.
And it's always weird to me that it's spaced out like that.
Superman's is
friend. Lois Lane.
Lois
We are
Lane.
covering the story this time that is on the cover, which is featuring Lois Lane's Super Gamble. That is the story we are covering, is Lois Lane's Super Gamble.
Who's T-Boy back there?
It's an I. It's an I, not a T. But our cover shows.
Man?
Yes, it is. Our cover shows that Lana Lang and Lois are sitting there like drawing cards, and she goes, "Look, Lois, I drew the Queen of Hearts. Unless you can beat that, you stay on the sidelines while I go after Ideal Man, the hero who's replaced Superman." And Lois says, "You win, Lana. I drew the 2 of clubs. Ideal Man is all yours." But it shows Lois looking at the camera, showing an ace of diamonds with like this face of like, yeah, I let her win. So let's find out about Lois Lane's Super Gamble, shall we? And what they have let us know here is an untold story, Mike. Our story today is from Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, issue number 56, back from April of 1965.
Can I bring up one thing?
Just 3 years after we were introduced to Dr. Doom, who we talked about last week.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that? There, I think you're over here on this.
Sorry, wrong way.
Yeah.
So why would you make a poster that says Earth's former hero, Superman?
Because he's no longer Earth's hero.
Earth's former hero.
Yeah, because he's no longer.
Who's making that poster?
Lois
Luthor
herself, or Luthor. Remember, we came up with the idea of him like filing for the trademark on all the Superman gear and making money off of that.
Sheet of glass.
That I don't know. So this is from April of 1965. Our story, Lois Lane Super Gamble, was written by Jerry Siegel, pencil and ink by Kurt Schaffenberger, who essentially did the entire book each time, because he also was the penciler and inker for all the other 3 stories in this story, or in this issue, which include The Snoopiest Girl in History and Lois Lane Super Telepath. Those were the other 2.
Super Telepath.
But we're focusing on Super Gamble. But Kurt Schaffenberger was putting in the work for Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, drawing at the time. Our editor, of course, is Mort Weisinger, who was the Superman editor for our DC's editor-in-chief at that time. Anyway, so our story starts off, and they tell us it's an untold tale. The friendly feud between Lois Lane and Lana Lang, as each girl strives vigorously to lead Superman to the altar, has been going on for a long time. Now we reveal a ruse that Lois pulled on her rival years ago in a carefully calculated effort to get rid of Lana's competition.
She served her that green turkey.
So that's all. She just wanted her to get sick. So Lois could have a better chance to marry Superman herself. You'll howl with laughter when you read the unexpected outcome of Superman, or Lois Lane's Super Gamble. So remember, you're going to howl with laughter by the end of this.
I howl with laughter every night.
We kind of get a preview.
It's part of my sleep routine.
We kind of get a preview of what's going to happen at the end of our issue. They do like to do this sometimes in the first panel, where this character named Ideal Man is like, Lana, your beauty, your brilliance, your talent, your allure. Like, I've materialized those rings on your fingers. And she goes, oh, yes, Ideal Man. And to think I owe this moment of supreme happiness to the cleverness of my dear friend Lois Lane.
She also puts her stuff out there a lot more than Lois does.
Lana, like the way she dresses?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think it's just at the party there. And Lois.
Yeah, but look at Lois and look at her.
Oh, right now, yeah. But you'll see like down below when she's on her TV show. Here's the thing.
She's dating old I-Man there.
So Lois is like, haha, this is happening how I want it to. So we're gonna see the ruse of why Lois wants Lana to marry Ideal Man.
Why are they on a TV show?
The untold story begins years ago, shortly after Lana Lang first came to Metropolis. And she's thanking Superman for letting her interview him on her new TV show. Because Lana Lang, here's the thing, Superman only dates reporters, Mike.
Okay.
Lana Lang is a TV reporter.
Kink.
I mean, obviously they knew each other back in Smallville, but in her adulthood, she is a TV reporter. Lois works for the paper.
Okay.
So what media do you want? What do you rap for?
Paper?
Superman likes you. You're a blogger, Superman wants you.
Yeah.
You're a doctor, Superman will tell you to get the hell out of here.
Get
He
outta
does
here,
not
I think
care.
Superman would
Dr.
get with a
Jockey.
Yelp reviewer.
Maybe. Does that count as journalism?
What'd you say?
It could.
A Yelp reviewer.
I mean, critics are
Maybe-
journalists.
No,
maybe
no.
maybe
Even
like
Superman
a
has standards.
I was gonna say maybe one that has like a lot of Yelp review, like a well thought of one.
Nope.
Her
Not
name-
my Superman.
Her name would have to start with an L too. Like her name would have to be like, Linux
Linda.
Linux Lindstrom or something like that.
Lennox Lindstrom.
That's a solid name,
It is
right?
a solid name.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like she owns a cookie empire.
Linda Lionheart.
Yeah, like all of those. Anyway, Superman's just like, she thanks him for Lana thanks Superman for being on her show. And she goes, I'm glad that we could reminisce about our childhood together in Smallville when you were a Superboy. And Superman goes, but you're a big girl now, Lana.
No,
and
gross.
very beautiful.
Get that out of your mouth.
And she's just like, isn't he sweet, viewers?
You're a
Goodbye
big
until
girl.
tomorrow.
Ugh.
And off panel,
Grody.
like Lois is just, she's like, what an idiot.
Don't like it.
She's like, what an idiot I am. I helped Lana get this job. And now this ungrateful snipe is trying to steal Superman
She called
away
her a
from me.
Snipe?
Yeah.
Wow.
Trying to steal Superman away from me. And
That's
as
comic book for bitch. Did you know that?
and so she's sitting there. She's like, you're not fooling anybody, Lana Lang. I know that you're here just to get Superman. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, Lana, to Lois. I didn't see an engagement ring on his finger. I think he's able to talk to any gal he wants to.
Any
He's not
butthole.
yours. Well, at night, Lois can't go to sleep because she just keeps thinking about the interview the two of them had. And she's, you know what part she's replaying, Mike?
What's that?
You're a big girl now,
That is
Lana,
gross.
and very
That is
beautiful.
gross.
Oh, man.
And then Superman down at the bottom fights a big penis.
It kind of looks
Why
like
is that monster pink and I have one eye?
we'll get to that in a second, Mike. But then she's like, I know Superman is terribly interested in me, but if
She
Lana
sees herself as a bridesmaid in this thing.
but if Lana keeps fluttering her eyelashes at him, she may lure him into marriage. How awful. And then it says, then finally, when she finally drops off, a nightmare spawned out of her insecurity taunts her.
Let me ask
Damn.
you. This is a little personal question, okay?
Okay.
Was it your wife's eyelashes that really got you?
Her eyes, maybe, not the eyelashes.
Yeah, I've never understood that.
I don't know.
The lashes.
Well, no, I
you-
get. They're talking about like the batting. It's like the.
But what I'm
Aw.
saying is, you put makeup on the
On the
ashes. You put makeup on the lashes. You know.
Yeah, best lash tech in town.
Okay.
I
the
don't
Waco
know. So it says though, and she dreams of Lana getting married, and it goes, and to think I, instead of Lana, could have been Superman's bride. Remember also that they think their last name is going to be Superman after
Yeah,
they get married.
Yeah. Well,
I
his name is Clark Superman.
When looking through other old issues of
Yeah.
Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane to find something for us to talk about, there is an issue where it's like the many loves of Superman, and each
Yeah.
one it's like Lana Superman, Lois Superman,
What a
Linda
dumb
Superman.
surname that is.
So honestly, is his name Superman?
Superman.
So
See, I always thought it was Super T Man or something like that.
hey, like
you know?
Super H man, yeah, or
Super H
something.
Man.
The next morning,
Is that like Jesus H Christ?
yeah, that's
Is
why I
that
said
what you
H. Yeah. It says the next morning, and Lois is talking to herself in a mirror that she has to find a way to save Superman from that designing woman so I can get him. She goes, I haven't figured out how, but I got to do something. She shows back up at the paper, and Perry tells her, like, hey, I got to head out, but Superman, a few hours ago, you can write that article about his space adventures. He dropped off a reel of tape that you can just listen to containing all the information you will need. And she's like, all right, thanks, Perry. So Lois is sitting.
Thanks,
Here's
Perry.
what I have a problem with the news. Lois is sitting in Perry's office listening to it's not a reel of film. It's an audio reel of like a
Uh-huh.
reel to reel
Yeah.
like recorder.
Yeah.
And it's essentially just, we see coming from the recorder, Superman's voice. And on the planet Zist, I defeated a wild hypno beast with my super hypnotism, which proved mightier than his. So essentially, she's writing a story about Superman just fighting stuff.
I'm so sorry.
As Mike drops
I
stuff,
knocked
the headphones
I
off.
knocked
We
the
don't have anything
headphones
to
off.
listen
That's what
to.
that clatter was.
But essentially, Superman is just
Damn it,
telling
Mike.
Lois, hey, I fought this creature. Hey, this is how it went down. And Lois is like, yep, that's how it went down. I'm just going to write this down as a story. If Superman wanted to, he really did not have to do all these space adventures because nobody knows what
Yeah, but you understand.
Hold on. There we go. I lost everybody in my audio. Go ahead.
But you understand that the space adventures are one of those things where they just make shit up.
Yeah, no,
right?
I completely
so
get that.
anytime
That's
you
what
need
they
to
do.
fill something in, you go, remember that time I fought that giant gorilla on the planet?
Well, no, I do remember that, but they're just
You do
taking.
remember that?
Well, no, I'm saying not. I don't remember when he fought that. I'm saying I know that essentially the space adventures they don't have to think too hard, but at the same time, like it's just them just taking Superman on his word for it. But
Yeah.
Lois is listening and
that's
goes,
true too. I didn't think about
"That's
that
my
part
point."
of it.
It's so
Yeah.
like he's just telling them they fought this hypno
What do you
beast.
keep looking at?
Me
Yeah.
on here?
No.
I'm just looking around.
Yeah. What are you looking at right now?
Yeah, you're looking at the door, Zach. It's weird.
Zach, come on, look at me when you talk.
Oh,
mean,
I
good
forget
Lord.
about that. My bad.
You're the
All
one
right,
who wants
guys.
to do it that way.
I know I'm the one who wants to do it that way. Fine. So Lois goes, as she's thinking, listening to him tell her about fighting this hypno beast.
Wish
Lois
you'd fight
goes,
a giant penis monster for me.
I could listen to Superman's dynamic voice forever.
Dynamic.
It thrills me to the very tips of my toes.
Oh,
But then, as she's listening,
I wish
Everywhere
I had
else?
Superman's emotion.
yeah.
you think it thrills her everywhere else?
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Like she get all.
She
greasy
said
and
all the way
slide
down to
right
her
off that
toes,
chair?
Mike.
Greasy.
Is that what happens?
She slides on a slip and slide, Mike. What in the world?
Wee! Oh,
So,
sorry, I was listening to Superman again. That's why I'm on the floor in a puddle.
So it comes
Sorry,
on the
folks.
tape recorder where it goes, then it's settled. Then it's settled, ideal man, during exchange week. During exchange week, I'll go to your planet, NARP,
God damn it! Come on.
KNARP, NARP, and patrol it, and you'll come here and patrol Earth. We've been good friends and will remain so for the rest of our lives. And Lois thinks Superman spoke to
I have
someone.
a small vacation home on NARP.
Superman spoke to someone on a space monitor. Maybe he didn't realize this
That's
tape
more of a
recorder was
timeshare,
still
but
on.
still.
And then it says abruptly, Lois's busy little brain gets an inspiration.
Busy little brain.
Wow, this tape can help me get rid of competition from Lana Lang. All I have to do is change its meaning by swapping out a few words here and there and rearranging their order. I'll get busy now.
Oh, this chick.
Afterwards,
This would take quite a few hours.
Well, especially with like reel to reel.
she spliced. Yeah. Afterwards, Lois phones Lana and suggests they lunch together.
But wait, she's a newspaper reporter, right?
When she,
How does she know how to do all this stuff? She take like a community college class?
they're not letting women take community
That's
college
true. I forgot
classes.
about that.
Then,
So can
Come
I tell
on,
you,
Mike,
can I tell
they're
you
sexist
just
as
one
shit.
quick story?
yeah.
One quick story. I'm so sorry. Can I tell you one quick story? It's weird that I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
I know.
So I was living in Austin.
Well, here I can do here just for this. Keep
Tejas.
going.
I was looking at Austin, Texas. Oh, I was
There we
living in
go.
Austin, Tejas, and I was working two jobs. One, I worked for this guy who did roof repairs. The only reason I know he did roof repairs is because
You helped them.
he would print out copies of the phone book and hand us those and say, "Here, call them." And then we had a rotary dial phone on a TV tray, and I was the longest tenured employee at a month. So the people just kept coming and going,
You would
and
just
coming and
come
going.
in and just call people.
We would just cold call people and ask them if they needed roof repairs, right? And then the guy would sit there with no shirt on, and then every once in a while he'd jump up and just run out to the pool because it was in an apartment complex.
and like swim.
Then I showed up one day. Guess what? There's nothing in the apartment. Everybody gone. So he was one of those guys that just he was like a storm chaser, roof repair guy. You know, I don't know if he was a gypsy. I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore or whatever. But anyway, the thing that brought this up.
How did you file that on your taxes that year?
I didn't. The thing that well, I didn't make enough money to file taxes. The thing that brought this up is I also worked for a phone slammer at the time.
Okay.
Now, back in the day, you would have your long distance service, and people would call you and say, "Hey, I can save you money on your long distance if
Yeah.
you just change over to our long distance. We can save you a ton of money." You know, when you're calling Italy,
Yeah.
stuff. Anyway, I was supposed to go in there and call. I did not feel comfortable making the calls, so the guy that ran the place made me his assistant. What I got to witness there was people taking tapes. They would call you up, and they'd say, "Hey, you want to get our long distance?" You'd say, "No, I don't want this." And they'd say, "Okay, well, you have a great day." "Yes, I will." "Okay, goodbye." They would take that tape, cut it up, and when they say, "Do you want our long distance?" they cut out the word "yes" and put it there, and then they would slam them anyway. switch them over to the long distance they were selling because they had a verbal commitment from them, even though it was a fraudulent tape.
Wow.
And so anyway, that was another job I put in air quotes that I came to one day. Everybody gone. It was just the whole place was cleaned out again.
They didn't even give you any warning.
I feel like I worked for possibly the mob, and then some very unscrupulous like phone slammer people.
Huh.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what Lois is doing. She's changing everybody's words, which is very illegal, Lois.
It is very illegal, but if it helps her get Superman, that's all she cares about.
If she can become Miss Lois Superman,
then that's all she wants. So she invites Lana to lunch and suggests, hey, we should eat together. And she goes, oh, by the way, too bad about Superman leaving Earth forever, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Lana goes, forever? You're kidding. I don't believe you.
What?
And she goes, but as Lois insists, Lana comes to hear the proof, and it has an air quotes.
Proof.
And it shows playing from the recorder. Then it's settled, Ideal Man. I'll go to your planet, NARP, and patrol it, and you'll come here and patrol Earth for the rest of our lives. And then it says, splendid, Superman. She's like, oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
He's really forsaking Earth. Isn't it a shame? Lois says, if she only knew I doctored the tape with scissors and glue.
Glue she used.
Glue. Just
scissors and glue.
You know what's great for reel-to-reel tape players?
Glue. And like Lana's shocked, and she's like, Superman out of my life. This just came over the telegraph. Or Lois goes, this just came over the teletype machine.
Teletype.
Superman is gone. Ideal Man just arrived on Earth, and he's guided an off-course satellite into orbit with his bare hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check out his junk.
And then she chuckles and goes, now for the next step in my little plot. And then we see.
You think I-Man's ever fought one of those penis monsters?
Ideal Man?
Isn't that what his name is?
Ideal Man.
Ideal Man. What'd I say? Ideal Man? I-Man.
And then Solana goes,
that's the one that's made by Apple. I-Man.
Lois says, gosh, I wonder what Ideal Man looks like. Maybe he's a real dreamboat, handsome and with a terrific physique.
And a big wiener.
And she thinks Lana looks interested. I knew she would be.
Look at him standing there.
It's after Lana leaves. My scheme is surefire. I'll encourage Lana to pressure and try to marry Ideal Man. Big-hearted me, will help her land him.
So now she'll be Lana Ideal?
Ideal Man. No, the full thing. Lana Ideal Man.
Lana Ideal Man.
Well, we do see that Ideal Man comes and saves a Ferris wheel that's about to fall over, and somebody's like, he's able to stop it with his super strength. And Ideal Man says, correction, on NARP, it's referred to as Marvello strength.
Here, Ideal Man, shut your damn mouth. Number one, you sound like an idiot.
Moments later, as the Adonis-like man of might strikes above the teeming city, he's using his super breath, somebody says, and another person down below says, I hear he calls it Marvello breath. Like they're pushing this thing over way too much.
Well, for our dear listeners, Ideal Man is standing there puffing real hard on a tornado. And it literally says PUFF-FF. So it's puff, 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 puff. That's Marvello breath.
Pass.
Oh, man. Oh, man. So then it shows Lana, she's kind of enamored by Ideal Man. And Perry lets her know that, hey, guys, I got a message from Ideal Man that he wants to swing by. No, it's on.
Weird.
I have this message from Ideal Man that he wants to come by and talk to you girls since you are both experts on Superman. And so as Perry leaves, Lana goes, here's what I'll do. Is like, let's not fight over Ideal Man like we did over Superman. Let's be good sports about it this time. We'll decide which of us girls is set to, get him, and the other girl will just help it anyway.
Don't let Ideal Man pick.
Yeah.
What we really want, we'll draw some cards, and then we'll go,
that's what she's
hey,
getting to.
Big beefcake, come here. You've been chosen.
Lana doesn't believe Lois, rightfully so, but she's like, here, we'll just leave these cards. She goes, let's leave it a chance. We'll cut the deck of cards someone from the night shift left lying here. Whomever picks the higher card can marry Ideal Man. The loser will aid her successfally. First
aid her.
Aid her.
And Lois goes, actually, I brought the cards myself for this purpose. Like she has to think that too. Like I'm not playing cards. So they cut the cards, like they just pull, and Lana goes, I picked the Queen of Hearts. Beat that if you can. And Lois pretends to be sad and goes, I win. I drew
so she brought her own cards and she still lost?
Well, she goes, I drew the deuce of clubs. My congratulations. And then we see that she's really holding the ace of diamonds.
This is the deuce of clubs.
Lois Lane. And we really see that she's holding the ace of diamonds, and Lois thinks, actually, I topped her with the ace of diamonds, but I want her to win. She'll take my word for it and never suspect she's been tricked.
You know what I like is when these characters over-explain things to us. That's
Lois is the king of this and that.
No, she's the
Ideal Man flies in about that time and says, all right, like, I need your ladies' help with something, if you will.
Hello, ladies.
And he flies them off to his inner sanctum, which is just a hollowed out hole in a mountain.
Get on my back.
And as he flies them over, he's like, hey, there's this device that I got for Superman. I need you to translate the Kryptonese writing on it. Kryptonese. And as he's leaving, he goes, but I'll be back. I heard that there's an emergency with my Marvello hearing, and I'm going to use my Marvello
How did he
vision.
hear it?
I don't know. He's really getting over that everything is called Marvello something instead of Super.
You know, I think, honestly, I think I know about this guy with the Marvello thing.
Okay.
That keeps sparking something in my Marvello brain.
Okay, we'll wait and see.
Okay.
Lois, she's like,
I know. Owned by a corporation?
Maybe.
Okay.
Lois is like, after Ideal Man leaves, Lana doesn't know any Kryptonese. Lois figures it out.
These two?
Well, Lois is like, I know a little bit, and she figures it out what it is, and she tells Lana what to say when he comes back. So when Ideal Man comes back, Lana's like, I'm familiar with this language, but I've decided it says that this is a copy of a Kryptonian device made by Superman. With it, you can quickly determine the current time of any planet in relation to Earth time.
It says something about
it's a giant watch.
I came here.
They made a giant watch
to shit, but I couldn't. And then I only farted. I don't know. It's odd. It's weird. It's all in Kryptonese.
It's bad.
It says for a good time.
So it's just bathroom writing on this machine.
Yeah, all over his machine.
Yeah. Anyway, Ideal Man is like, he's like, wow, like you knew all this, like, and you didn't need assistance. Like, I'm just taken away from you. I also need to send back. I want to know things about hobbies that I want to send back to my planet's newspaper.
Oh,
and so about that time, Lois is like, I got you.
Bubble.
So she starts chewing bubble gum and blowing bubbles, and she's like, this is my hobby, Clark.
No,
or not Clark, our Ideal Man.
This is Marvello gum.
And she goes, our Ideal Man goes, that's a hobby? That's very childish. You know, I can't believe that you would have a hobby like that. Let me go check the emergency monitor.
I can't believe you have a hobby like that.
Pass. Damn it! I keep realizing you're not doing the third one.
Pass.
So Lois goes, tell him to come by your house tomorrow to see your hobby. And so she does.
Is that code for something?
Well, she does.
Your hobby?
And when he shows up,
I want to see your hobby.
There's a room full of paintings, right? And she goes, see, Lana's a painter. And she goes, oh, do you mind posing for the last touches? And she's like painting Ideal Man. But Lois over explains and goes, she's terrible at painting even the side of a barn.
Yeah.
Those pictures were borrowed from an artist I know. He did a rush job on the painting of Ideal Man and left lightly penciled lines for her to paint in.
You know what? On Nerdville or whatever his planet is called,
NARP,
they would just drag him through the streets. If you try to present something like this to one of their all-time superheroes, one of their gods, you give him something with pencil marks on it, he'll just pull your fucking head off.
He would. He's Homelander.
He'll Marvello right down your neck.
And so he's like, you girls have been very hopeful. I need to see some things about customs though too, like your Earth customs. And Lois like, that's fine. Like there's a big party at Metropolis Hall tonight that you can come as my guest to. So while they're there at the party, Lois knocks over the salt and she's like, yikes, I knocked over the salt shaker accidentally, means bad luck. And then she thinks, I did it accidentally on purpose.
I've never heard that knocking over the salt is bad luck. I've always heard that if you knock over the salt, someone's coming to see you.
I always thought it was bad luck.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why you throw it over your shoulder?
I saw that in The Great Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Salt builds you bad luck.
It's in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Well, that cements it right there. If it's in
So-
Dumb and Dumber.
So she goes, fortunately, sprinkling salt over my left shoulder should cancel out that bad luck.
Oh,
An ideal man sees that and he's like, what? That's some silly superstition. Foolish customs like that were discarded on NARP thousands of years ago. And he's like, on NARP, only those with primitive intellects are affected by such traits. He essentially just calls Lois stupid.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, and then he's like, perhaps Lois should see a psychiatrist, Lana. And could
on
you?
NARP, we call them Narpopolises.
And he goes, could you show me an earth custom that's not so dumb? And she's like, of course. Look, there's mistletoe.
Zip.
Yeah, she's like, there's mistletoe, which must have been left over from Christmas. So throwing salt over your shoulder isn't dumb, but kissing under
kissing under a
mistletoe
twig.
is dumb. But
That's-
kissing under mistletoe isn't.
That's the pinnacle of society.
Well, Ideal Man's like, do you care if I am I permitted to practice this custom strictly for
May
scientific
I
research?
inject my tongue into your mouth?
And they kiss, and Lois is like proud of this. She's like, yeah, my plan's working. She's really falling for Ideal Man.
She got him.
And then she goes, do you like our customs? And he's like, I do, and I'll show you how much I liked it.
Because
there's
on
a
our
giant
planet, as soon as you kiss me, we're married.
And then, well, there's a giant flash like that, and they can't see anything. And Ideal Man says, don't be alarmed. And it goes, in the next instant, I can see again. And there's 3 rings on Lana's, damn it, Mike.
Fuck.
There's 3 rings on Lana's fingers. And then she goes, I can see again 3 rings materialize on my fingers. Is that the custom by the Narpian males to propose? And Ideal Man goes, it is. Your beauty, brilliance, and talent allure me, and they've snared my heart. And Lois thinks, great. After she marries Ideal Man, she won't be my rival for the love of Superman. Shortly, as the wedding ceremony begins at the office of the Justice of the Peace, and the JP goes, we are gathered. And about that time, we hear, one moment, please, as Ideal Man takes off a mask to reveal that he's really Superman. Lois goes, oh no, Ideal Man removed a realistic plastic mask. He's secretly Superman. I tricked Lana into marrying Ideal Man so she wouldn't be an obstacle to marrying you. And Lois is surprised. And she
How did
goes,
he kiss her with that big ass mask on?
and nobody noticed. And Lois goes, but the tapes I doctored, there were 2 different voices. She just flat out says, the tapes I doctored. And Superman goes, both voices were mine, but one was disguised. I staged the hoax because after the TV interview, I overheard you and Lana arguing over me and decided to teach you a lesson, Lois. I figured you'd alter the tapes to fool Lana. By the way,
I figured would alter the tapes to fool Lana.
By the way, NARP backwards spells prank. My private joke. That's right. He's
Such
like,
a dick.
he's like, by the way, you were so dumb you can even tell it was a prank because NARP backwards is prank, you idiot. And then he goes, Superman is such a super dick in this. And he's like, I had intended the lesson just for you, Lois. But when my supervision revealed you and Lana cutting the cards, I decided to go for Lana as Ideal Man and teach both of you a lesson. And Lana's like, and you caused the blinding flash with your supervision. Then you slipped the rings on me at super speed. They didn't really materialize. But then Lana, being the smart girl she is, goes, but hoax or no hoax, Superman, like you proposed to me.
Yeah, you
and I
bastard.
accepted. So on with the wedding. And Superman,
Ha-ha!
and then Lois just was like, moan, my clever plan has backfired. Because of it, I'll lose Superman forever. Genius of Superman. No, Lana, it was Ideal Man who proposed, remember? And he never really existed. Besides,
Listen, bitch. In a court of law, there's no way that's going to stand up.
that's essentially what he told her. But he's like,
Fucking Superman.
it was mentally,
Yeesh.
it was mighty fickle of you to fall for a new hero so quickly. And then our last panel is, then after Superman super swiftly changes to his usual costume, goodbye, girls. I hope this has taught you a lesson. And Lois goes, we'll never forget it. And Lana says, never. Until next issue when we do this bullshit all over again. And so ends our untold story. Did Superman's lesson do the girls much good? Evidently not. The end.
God almighty. Boy, did
Yeah.
these people hate kids.
Oh man, who yeah?
I would like to. I want to perform a one-man show real quick. It's very fast.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Superman. Hey, I'm from NARP. Is that how it worked? I mean, it was like that.
He did.
How about you go to my planet? Okay, you come to my planet.
I bet
All
you.
right, we'll be friends forever. Yeah, friends forever.
And then Lois cropped
Lois
that
is like,
together.
dear God, this is two people.
Here's the thing: is you can tell Lois is written so poorly, man. Like
Both of them.
well, they all are, especially that. But this is the beauty of Silver Age comics to me. It's just how poorly they're written because it's humorous.
God almighty.
But yeah, so that was our story. Narp is pranked backwards, you idiot.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
there.
essentially he did. So there you go. That is
Plus, I can see through your clothes.
that is Lois Lane's super gamble.
Can he always see through people's clothes?
I mean, he chooses
I mean, as
not
long
to.
as it's not lead, right?
Yeah, he chooses not to though.
Oh, come on.
He
That's what
doesn't.
he tells me.
Superman is too pure for this world.
He is. Superman
He only
is-
wants to see Lois naked.
Yeah. Or any other journalist. But if
But
you're
he
not a
kisses
journalist,
what's-her-face.
yeah, to prove a
Well,
point,
she's
Mike.
Puts
just-
his
she's
big
just his
plastic
girlfriend. She
tongue
ain't
down
his
her
wife
throat.
Yeah,
yet.
she was his girl. Well, right now they're both his girlfriends because it's Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, not Superman's wife, Lois Lane.
Superman's girl.
Friend. All right, so there you go. That was our world's
Let him
finest
sow
Wednesday
his
this
oats
week.
before he's held down for the rest of his life.
Zach, that was
Yeah,
that was unique.
I thought you would like the way that one
Yeah,
closed
I
out.
love that. That was the best.
Oh man,
As
Mike
soon as I
always
saw
loved
that
these.
mask, I was like,
I
"Fuck
know.
me."
As soon as I saw, I was waiting. There was no way because it was the last page.
Yeah.
So we will have more of those, dude. I always love
Oh,
Superman's
they're
girlfriend,
fun.
Lois
I
Lane.
enjoy them, and they make for good cannon fodder.
Exactly.
But Jesus, did they think people were stupid?
It was made for kids. I mean, but still, there you go. So that's this week's issue. Thank you guys for taking the time out to watch and listen, as always, or taking the time out to comment. Just everything. We appreciate it so much. Also, make sure to check out the other great podcasts on the Rogue Media Network family of podcasts.
RogueMediaNetwork.narp.
And until next time, stay safe, everybody. What?
That was not me. Golly Khan.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.